All right. Where do I even start? How about this? First and foremost, this is 22 years on the floor, and you know my name, Natalie. And at work, I do wear extensions, so this is my natural hair. The long hair before, long hair don't care. Yeah. That was, fake hair. I mean, it's real hair, maybe, who knows, but all right, I don't even know where to start, but I'm just going to start talking. So tonight was insane, okay? Insane. And I wasn't even going to go in today. Today was day 5 back to back. I haven't done no day 5 back to back in forever, like since my 20s. I have 5 days in a row at 39, 40 years old. Are you crazy? Oh my Lord. And have 4 dogs? Okay. So I went in, and I'm actually glad that I did. So when I first get there, literally as soon as I get on the floor, one of the hosts tells me to go over there to the guys. There's there's a table with a group of guys, and he tells me go because they know, you look out for them, they look out for you, and they know that you're good at what you do, so they want you to go to the guys because then they get tipped out, for hooking you up, telling you where to go, who to go talk to. So I go and I sit down, and the first thing that the guy says is, "Hey, I remember you from last year." I say, "Oh, really? Awesome. In the bag. Okay. Oh, I can barely do that, but, I try. Oh, a little bit. So pretty much, I think everything's going to go great, and it actually did. It went smooth. We were laughing. We were talking. He told me the last time that we were together, a year ago, he said that he gave me XYZ, like a really low amount. And I said, well, we got to elevate today, elevate and escalate, okay? So we ended up elevating and escalating, and he ended up taking care of me financially really good. And I was just so happy because I was on the floor for less than 30 seconds, literally as soon as I got there. So I'm just so happy that happened as soon as I got there because I was not going to go to work, okay? So as soon as I get on the floor, I made great money, and it was amazing. After that, what happened after that? After that, I told myself that I was going to leave in a couple hours if I didn't make anything else because I felt exhausted and tired. Mind you, like I said, this is day 5. So I ended up actually getting hooked up again. So it was a group of guys. Now, mind you, here's a big thing. You've ever heard of you can't judge a book by its cover? Let me tell you something. I do that a lot, and just because in my industry and how long I've been in the industry, sometimes certain types of people, you can tell that they're not going to be good. I'm not going to name different nationalities or the type of guys, whatever. I'm just going to say that, just like basically sometimes I know who not to go talk to. And I get hooked up, and I look, and it's a group of guys that to me, I think aren't going to be good and not my type. So I was about to tell the host, get somebody else. I can't believe that I was about to do that because I ended up having a great time financially and mentally with these people. Can you imagine if I would have told him, hey, I don't want them because of how they looked? Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm learning that day in, day out. Long story short, I end up going with them. We go to the table. Everything's going good. And I end up having a little, a couple dollars here and there. Not literally dollars, but you know what I mean. It was a little bit that I got. A good amount, but a little bit. And it was the older brother, okay? So the older brother ends up giving me XYZ, and I'm entertaining him at the booth. And I ended up basically telling him, okay, thank you so much. I'm going to leave anyways because you're not giving me more, right? And I'm going to go home. I go back. I don't remember why I went back to the table. I left and I came back. And I said bye. And then his younger brother is like, where are you going? And I say, well, your older brother doesn't want to go to the back. He doesn't want to go to the dungeon, which is what I call it. After 22 years of doing this, I don't want to call it the VIP room, the champagne room. So I'm basically I name names like dungeon, And he says, where are you going? I'm like, unless you want to go do something. He says, yes. So me and him end up, so first I have the older brother, then I got the little brother. I've never done that before. It was hilarious. It was great. So we end up going, and he gives me XYZ, and then he has to buy a bottle. He gave me more than how much it normally is, but if you know how to hustle, you know how to get your money in different ways. And of course, I'm always going to look out for the club. I'm always going to look out for the hosts, the waitresses, everybody, because I want everybody to win. The management, everybody. It's really like a team thing, because if you hook them up, they'll hook you up. If you do good by everybody else, they'll do good by you too. And I've been at this particular club for a year now. I've worked at by the way, I don't work there, I entertain. You got to use different lingo, okay? So I've been at all the good clubs, and this club in particular is the best. And when I say the best, what I mean is the management is nice. Everybody has a good aura for the most part. Of course, there's, little hiccups and things that you have to go through. And I've been going through it with them for a while. But tonight, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Well, actually, no. Let me stick to where I am, because sometimes I just go all over the place. So his card wasn't working for the bottle. So, of course, I didn't want to go in my pocket from what I got from him. Of course not. So we call the bank, and this is a rookie mistake that I shouldn't have done. When the guy is calling the bank, don't say anything. The lady on the bank, I'm pretty sure she heard me, and then she also heard the waitress. The waitress shouldn't have said anything either. Ooh, bless me. Thank you. So basically, I think what happened was the bank basically was like, they think that he's being persuaded or forced or whatever they thought, so they didn't unblock his card. So then we're in a dilemma. We're like, okay, well, the club has to get paid by the bottle. Me and him want to be somewhere alone. So you got to be quick on your feet, and you got to think fast. Okay, so let me think. So we have this room. He could pay this. I don't want to go in my pocket. So we ended up going to a different area. Now, here's when it gets tricky. Certain hosts have intimidation, whatever you want to call it, that they try to do. And there's one in particular that I've had ups and downs with, and I've had to earn my respect from him, because there's certain things that he does, and he does it to other entertainers, that honestly is not right. It's intimidating. It's not professional. I'll just say that. Okay. So a lot of girls try to stay away from this person because of the way that he can be. And, I understand, his ways, but at the same time, I do understand also that his ways aren't okay. But I'm the one that I will hold on, and I will fight for you to see that I'm not the one, but I'm also really nice. So I'm going to make it so that you're eventually going to see, like, I'm awesome. Like, don't mess with me. But today he did it again. So basically, we go up there to a different area that's a cheaper bottle, because the man's card wasn't working and he only had XYZ left in his pocket. And like I said, I'm not going to go in my pocket to pay for the bottle. So this is one thing that a host is not supposed to do. He's not supposed to ask the guy, how much did you give her? Okay? In all these years of me being in this industry, there's never been a host that will ask the man, how much did you give? All I got to say is, he paid me, we're good, he knows about the bottle. That's it. What are you all up in my pockets for, asking the client, the customer, making everything so uncomfortable and so stressful? One time, this customer told the same guy, same host I'm talking about, you need to go to charm school. That means you need to learn how to talk to people and to make this fun. There's this host right here that is always just, nobody wants to go around him for this reason. And then there's this other host that's so awesome. So I would rather go to this host. But because he didn't have enough funds to pay for the bottle in this area, and I wasn't going to go in my pocket, I forgot where I was going. And I forgot who we were going to deal with. But I did give the guy, I told him, hey, when he tells you XYZ for the room plus bottle, just say okay. I could not believe that the host said to him, how much did you give her? The guy tells him how much. That's my rookie mistake too. I should have told him, hey, don't tell him how much you gave. First of all, it's none of his business. Second of all, I've been in this club a year. Like, we've built, you know that I look out for the club. You know, like why, and it's not just me. So many girls don't like him. Girls literally avoid him, but it's okay. Like I've had my talks with him. I've had my talks with a couple hosts, and it's just going to get better and better because they're going to see that I'm just fully what I present, which is a respectful entertainer. I will look out for everybody. I don't play no games. I don't BS, but it takes time. It takes patience. It takes a whole bunch of energy, okay? I couldn't wait to come here and vent and explain to you guys the night that I went through tonight, because some nights it's gonna be easy and some nights you wanna pull your hair out, okay? And this is day number 5. Day number 5. Ugh. Good night. Day number 5. Can I get comfortable with you guys? Day number 5, working 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. My neck, my back, okay? I'm not a young spring chicken. My neck, my back. Okay, let me get back to the story. Okay, so he asked him, how much did he give? Did you give her? The guy tells him. He looks at me like, he gave you XYZ? And I really want to say, right? But I didn't say that, of course. I got to stay professional. I'm not trying to get fired. I'm not trying to get into no dumb, childish bullcrap, right? So I'm like, yeah, we already had a deal. Well, that amount that he gave you is going to be for this room with this price bottle. His car's not working. We've been trying to something, and it's not working. So we already made a deal. I was going to hang out with him here, entertain him here in the room. And then we were going to go on the floor and I was going to entertain him more. And mind you, I've been with this group since 12:30. It's like 2:30, okay? Mind you, let me fast forward a little bit. I was overall with them from 12:30 to like 4:30, okay? So, mind you, the guy didn't know this yet. I understand, okay, we'll talk about it later, but I'll tell you what happened later, okay? So, he says, yeah, but the amount that he's giving you is for this room. Are you going to pay for the bottle? Do you think I'm going to pay for the bottle? No, I'm not. We're going to make this work. And I told him, I said, why does this have to become a stressful situation? And the customer is standing there like, this is not a comfortable situation. You're making everybody stressed. You're causing a big scene. You're acting like I'm 22 years old and this is my first time doing this. I know what I'm doing. I don't need your help upselling. I don't need your help to tell me what to do. I come to you, I tell you I'm paid, everything's good, we're going to buy a bottle, we're good. What do you have to do the extra stuff for? You're looking out for the club? I understand, but I look out for the club too. Don't you know that a year in? Come on now, dude. Anyway, so we go over to the side a little bit. He was like, well, he gave you this. I understand that, but we already made a deal. Okay, cool. All right, great. We go to the back. After that, I'm sweating. I'm hot. I'm just, I just hate that whole scenario. You made the whole situation not fun. We're having a great time, and then we come to you, and you're this, I don't even know what to call you. Okay, let me calm down. So we go to the back, everything's going good, and the lady comes with the bottle to sell the bottle. She says XYZ, and it's too much. I'm like, that's not what we're doing. We're doing this amount of time for the bottle that is this amount because he has no more funds. His card's not working. The bank didn't want to open the card, so this is all we can do right now. So she's cool. Everything's good with her. Everything's fine. And honestly, I think it was 20 minutes before we got the bottle. I don't know if it was this host's idea to prolong the situation for us to get the bottle. Mind you, the time doesn't start until the bottle gets there. And mind you, I've been with this whole group for already a couple hours, and I'm not complaining. They were a fun group, and everybody loved me, and we had a great time, and there were lots of laughs. But at the same time, come on now. It's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I am tired. I already spent this whole probably an hour with the guy trying to figure out with the bank and all this. But the host didn't know. I got to say that. He didn't know this. So the bottle finally comes, and 20 minutes later, mind you, this whole 20 minutes I'm entertaining. So the guy got a big bargain. I made great money, but at the same time, for the amount of time that was spent, I would have got way more, let's just say, if it was really hourly. You understand what I mean? But it's okay. It is what it is. That's what I'm saying about this industry. I don't know who's listening or who's watching, but let me tell you something. You got to be one strong patient, understanding, cool, calm, and collective person, and then go home and vent, because you can't do no venting, no yelling, no none of that at them clubs, because you will get fired. Like that. Seriously, learn from me. In my 20s, my 30s, I did certain things, yada, yada, yada. Now I won't do nothing, talk back. I will talk professional, but that's what comes with age, you get smarter. So the bottle comes, I'm entertaining him, everything's going great, yada, yada, yada. I'm having a great time. He looked like one of the Jonas Brothers. It was so funny. And we actually really had a great relationship. We high-fived 10 times. From the beginning that I met him and I was with his brother first, we were high-fiving. It was a great time. So we're done, everything's going good. We go to the front, we're leaving. The host is like, hey, I'll talk to you later. He always tries to do this intimidating thing. And I don't get intimidated, but it's very uncomfortable. And it's very dude, bro, come on. And he doesn't do it hey, let me talk to you later. It's I'll talk to you later. Just kidding, but not kidding. But kidding, because we talked and everything's good. Let me calm down. We leave the room. Everything's going great. I end up hanging out with them a little bit more by the bar. It was 8 of them. They all loved me. There was one guy that was like this, and I love them. He was so cool. Everybody was great. They all loved me. We ended up going to the front because they were going to leave, and I gave everybody a hug, and we were hanging out for a little bit as they were waiting for the limo. Gave everybody a hug, and I asked the guy that I was with, the younger brother. Mind you, the older brother didn't want to spend XYZ, but the younger brother did. So I've never in 22 years had a entertainment session with a brother and then another brother. That was a first for me. Okay, you never know in this industry. It could be a first for you, you never know. Why is the light red? Is that normal? Anywho, I asked him if he can go talk to the host and tell the host how he had a great time, and that I already told him how much this was and this was, and that it was, rewind. When the host finds out how much he gives me, he asks the dude, he's like, well, this room is only XYZ. You want to tip her that much? Do you want to persuade the guy to not tip me that much? Why are you blocking my finances? You're just standing here doing paperwork, okay? I'm the one literally breaking my back. Why are you messing with my money? I'm not going to say that to him. I want to, but I'm not going to. Some entertainers do, but I'm just not like that. I don't want no beef. I don't want no drama. I stay away from it. That's why I stay away from him. And that's why a lot of entertainers stay away from him. But I'll get to the part where me and him had a good talk and everything's fine now, hopefully. But, the way that he is just, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again. But that's why I'm just going to try to stay away from him. So the customer, as I'm hanging out with the guys waiting for their limo, the customer tells the host how I was awesome. And, I explained to him already everything, and that I wasn't trying to not give the club money. I was just trying to figure it out so I can make money and everybody can make money. But then his card didn't work, so it didn't work out for the big bottle. Okay. But anyways, they ended up leaving. Okay. Everything was great. I hugged all of them. They leave. And the guy that initially hooked me up, I see him. This is another host that a lot of girls talk bad about, because it's something about him that is just, it's kind of like the other host. There's these two hosts that just irk people, and then there's this one host who's just amazing. But tonight, he's starting to hook me up because he sees that I make money. I want everybody to win. I'm not your average entertainer where I'm just, I'm not just thinking about myself. I'm thinking about everybody. I've been doing this 22 years on the floor. I know what I'm doing. I know everybody works off tip. Everybody's hand is like this. I get it. Here's the thing though. I'm the one breaking my back. So if you see me making XYZ, you go and do that. You entertain in little skimpy outfits, and what entertainers, undress, as a entertainer, right? You go do that. at least you get tipped out every night because girls tip, everybody's tipping. At least you get tipped out and your clothes stay on. You don't have to break your back. You're not drinking liquor. At least you can do that. They don't even care that you're breaking your back and my knees and all these bruises and everything. They don't care. Tonight was a night. So the guy that initially hooked me up, I go to him, and we actually had a really good talk for the first time. We had a talk. I even explained to him how, I can't walk around here how I feel. I got stress up the butthole, okay? Brother's going through something. My dad's going through something serious. I'm not going to get into it. And I have debt up my booty, and I can't walk around here looking how I feel. I gotta walk around looking like I got the time. I have the best life. I ain't got no worries. Ha ha, he, smile. I love this. Dude, you think I want to be in there breaking my back? Doing all this stuff, right? Doing all this and doing all this. You think I want to do that? You think I enjoy it? Like, for real? No. It's what I've been doing, and it's what I do, and it's what pays the bills, and I'll do it until the wheels fall off, okay? But it's not like I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to go to work. I can't wait to deal with these guys and go through these roller coasters of trying to get them to do this. Then they say that it's not worth it. Then I got to say, listen, I'm priceless. Let me tell you something. Would I recommend anybody doing it? Honestly? No. Honestly, because why? Not all money is good money. And what comes with this position is a lot. And that's why I want to start this podcast. That's why I'm doing this podcast. Because for whoever's watching, if you think that you want to get into it, subscribe to my channel and I'm going to tell you all the stories and you can decide whether or not you want to. But you see how I am right now and how I feel. It drives you crazy. It drives me crazy. And the hours are crazy. The amount of sleep, the lack of sleep, how your body feels, everything about it. It's a lot. It's beyond any words I can say right now. All I can tell you guys is that just watch this, learn, ask me questions. I'm here. So let me rewind. Okay, so me and him ended up having a great talk. I tipped him for hooking me up. And we really had a great talk where he was smiling. Me and him, he's never smiled with me. I even gave him a hug and he was like, oh, a hug? Because I don't hug. Most girls hug, but I just do dabs. I don't hug everybody. I'm not going to hug the management. I'm not going to hug the host every day. I'm going to give you a dab. Okay, respect. Or I'm going to be like this, But I'm not hugging. So I hugged him because I appreciated him, not only for the hooking me up, but for the talk we had. We had a real talk. Then I check out and I go and I walk by the first host and I said, I'm a real one. So I could have just walked by him, but I went up to him and I said, hey, you want us to talk? He was like, 1 second. That's his normal self. He has to be like 1 second. He can't be like, oh, yeah. Oh, my bad for this and this. No, that's not him. He's not going to do that. What? Please, he's not going to do that. So I'm like waiting. He's like writing stuff down. I'm like, mind you, it's 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm ready to go. Oh, my back hurts. So he says to me, hey, I wasn't trying to make it stressful. Good thing that he said that first. He has a heart. He knows that I'm a real one and that I'm honest and I'm always going to look out for everybody. He knows. But at that moment, I understand what he was doing. He said, I was just trying to look out for the club. He gave you this for this when this is only this. Here's another thing. I'm an independent contractor. The club has prices for each room, okay? But the customer can give me as much as he wants because I'm an independent contractor. I told the customer that this room right here costs this, but you can give me $1 million. This room costs this, but you can give me $1 million. Okay? So he tells me that's all he was thinking is that he was trying to, take care of the club. And I was like, but you know that I do that too. Come on now. You know that. He was like, okay, well, yeah, but he gave you this and this. And then I said, listen, you don't know this? But me and him already had a deal. I was going to hang out with him here. Then I was going to hang out with him there. Here's another thing, sir. You don't know this. I was with them since 12:30. It's 4:30 now. And that's what broke the ice. He said, oh, you were with them since 12:30? Yeah, bro. I was with him from 12:30 to this. Then I went over there and we had to do for an hour and try to call the bank. That's another hour. Then I did another one. I've been with them for 4 hours for XYZ. Way lower than how much, like I said, it would have been if it would have been every hour. Okay? And that shut him up. We gave a hug. Everything was good. We good. What a night. So, that's my night. Day 5, back to back. I'm about to go eat my tacos, take me a bath because my back hurts, and then go to sleep and do it all over again today for day 6. Because it's a busy week. I got debt, and you got to get it while you get it, or get it while it's hot. And there's a song, it's called, I just heard it right now, and it's called, oh my God, I forget, but I love it. And it's basically about, keep showing up. All you gotta do, keep showing up. Subscribe to my channel. Watch, live, learn through me. Thanks for watching. Nat Dog, that's my nickname. Nat Dog, aka Natalie, 22 years on the floor, out. Peace.